Okay, there's around 10 minutes left now of the girls' warm-up, and we're going to open the sprint lanes. We're going to leave lane 4 as continuous swimming, and then all other lanes will become sprint lanes. So that's lane 4 for continuous swimming, all other lanes to be sprint lanes. This is an announcement for all team managers and coaches. Event 551, the men's open 50 freestyle. Can heats 1 through to 5 go through to marshalling, please? That's heats 1 through to 5 for the men's 50-meter freestyle to marshalling.
Yeah, once again, we've got sprint lanes open for you as well now. Lane 4 is continuous swimming, so lane number 4 will be continuous swimming. Every other lane, as I said, are going to be for your starts. Okay, so outside lanes 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 are going to be used for your starts. Lane number 4 is continuous swimming. You have 10 minutes left of this particular warm-up. And as Neil just said, if we can have the first 8 heats of the men's 50 freestyle to marshalling, please. Yeah, once again, as we said, every lane apart from 4. So lane number 4 is... What? Yeah, so as we were saying... as we were saying, every lane apart from 4, okay? So your sprint lanes are outside lanes 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6. Lane 4 is continuous swimming. All right, whilst we got that many, yeah, we'll just open the lot. All right, every lane, as we said, can be used for starts for this last 8 minutes. Yeah, once again, if we can have the first 8 heats of event 551, the men's open 50 freestyle to marshalling as quickly as possible, please. Right, at 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left of this warm-up. All right, 3 minutes. You now have 3 minutes left of this one. Again, if you haven't already done so, the first 8 heats of event 551, the men's open 50 freestyle, should now be in marshalling. Last 2 minutes now, 2 minutes remaining. One minute, ladies. This is your last 60 seconds. As we said, last 60 seconds of this one. And then we'll be clearing the pool. Okay, thank you, ladies. If you can start to clear the pool, please. Once again, ladies, if you can start to clear the pool. Thank you. Okay, so welcome back to Wavertree on day number 5 and session number 10 of the Lancashire County Championships 2022. I say a very good afternoon to everyone joining us on YouTube. Just to let you know what you're going to be watching this afternoon, we have got event 551, your men's open 50 freestyle. Event 552, which is your women's open 100 metres backstroke. Event 553, your men's open 200 metres butterfly. And then events 554 to 560 are your finals of the 100 metres backstroke for women. And event 561 to 567 is your men's 50 freestyle finals. As we said, the first event of the afternoon is event 551, which is the men's open 50 freestyle. There is 36 heats in this event. And we will hand you down to our pool side officials.
And in Heat 1, in Lane 2, we've got Frederick Walker-Reed. Lane 3 is Ivan Limpert, and Lane 4 is Joshua Harris-Hayes.
And as we get underway now in Heat number 1, it is Frederick Walker-Reed, just with a slightly out in front as we reach the 25-metre mark. But they're all really tightly bunched together. Ivan Limpert in Lane 3 coming back at him. And as we just come under the flags for that last 5 metres, it's going to be very close at the touch. And it is Frederick Walker-Reed who takes it in a time of 35.82. And we move on to heat number 2.
In Heat 2, Lane 1 is Leo Ashcroft, Lane 2 is Harrison Burgess, Lane 3 is Daniel Lesty, Lane 4 is James Dixon, and Lane 5 is Albert Robinson.
Underway in Heat 2, already up at the 25-metre mark, and it is Daniel Lesty. It looks like he's just out in front from the city of Salford, closely followed behind by Albert Robinson from Ramsbottom in lane number 5. And as we come towards the touch, it looks like it will be Daniel Lesty from City of Salford, and it is, who takes the touch in 34.62. And we move on quickly to heat number 3.
In Heat 3, Lane 1 is James Graham, Lane 2 is Archie Honey, Lane 3 is Benji Sutcliffe, Lane 4 Corey Owens, Lane 5 Adrian Rogers, and Lane 6 is Douglas Jones.
This is a message for team managers and coaches. Can the heats 8 through to 16 in the men's 50-metre freestyle go through to marshalling? That is heats up to heat 16 through to marshalling. As we come under the flags now, out in front in lane number 3 is Benji Sutcliffe from Ramsbottom, and he takes the touch in 32.26, a very quick time. And we move quickly on to heat number 4.
Heat 4, lane 1 is Cole Hood, lane 2 is Isaac Peat, lane 3 Callum Byrne, lane 4 Ben Saxby, lane 5 Sebastian Halewood and lane 6 is Daniel Barton.
Heat 4 is quickly underway and we're already at the 25-metre mark. Nothing between the swimmers. I think potentially Ben Saxby from Ramsbottom out in lane number 4 is just about in front at this stage, being quickly followed by Callum Byrne from Southport in lane 3. As we come under the flags, it is Ben Saxby out in front and he takes the touch in a time of 32.12. We move on to heat number 5, sorry.
Heat 5, lane 1 Harrison Dale, lane 2 William Ashcroft, lane 3 James Vaughan, lane 4 Thomas Jepson, lane 5 Cormac Whiteley and lane 6 is Lee Scholes.
And we're already through the first 25 metres. Out in front is Cormac Whiteley of Ramsbottom, out in lane number 5. Being closely followed in lane number 3 by James Vaughan of Wigan Best. Under the flags, out in front, Cormac Whiteley, and he takes the touch in a time of 29.94. And we move on to heat number 6.
Heat 6, lane 1 Archie Lorimer, lane 2 Oliver Pearson, lane 3 Noah Lazenby Tracy, lane 4 Dexter Diver, lane 5 Caleb Crowe, lane 6 Ted Christen.
And we're out already over the 25-metre mark. In lane number 1 Archie Lorimer and lane number 5 Caleb Crowe powering in front of the others. As we reach into the final few metres, it is out in lane number 1 Archie Lorimer who takes the time in, takes the touch in 29.96, and we move quickly on to heat number 7.
Heat 7, lane 1 Leo Talbot, lane 2 William Irvine, lane 3 Max Pearson, lane 4 Osham Spence, lane 5 Benjamin Cook and lane 6 Owen Donnelly.
And as we cross the 25-metre mark, it is lane number 4 Osham Spence, who's slightly out in front of lane number 5 Benjamin Cook from the Burnley Bobcats. As we come under the flag, there's nothing between those two. Who's going to take the touch? It is Benjamin Cook from Burnley Bobcats in 30.37. And we move on to heat number 8.
Heat 8, lane 1 Owen Wilson, lane 2 Joshua Paul, lane 3 Ted Thompson, lane 4 Dylan Madican, lane 5 Ethan Mailer and lane 6 Finlay Arnold.
And as we enter the last 25 metres, out in front in lane number 6, Finlay Arnold of Crosby. Nothing between the other swimmers in the centre of the pool. All coming back now at Finlay. And as we go under the flags, this is anybody's on the touch. It is Dylan Madican of Crosby. And we move on straight into heat number 9.
Heat 9, lane 1 Dylan Foster, lane 2 Archie Spicer, lane 3 Duncan Whaley, lane 4 Oliver Nutter, lane 5 Jacob Birchall and lane 6 Stephen Smith.
This is an announcement for team managers and coaches. Could swimmers in the men's 50-metre freestyle up to heat number 24 please go to marshalling. That's up to heat 24 to marshalling, please. And we are coming under the flags. It is lane 3, well out in front, and takes the touch. Duncan Worley, Berry and Elton, 28.95. And we move on quickly to heat number 10.
Heat 10, lane 1, Joseph Mahfood, lane 2, Elliot Papulia, lane 3, Rowan Allison, lane 4, Felix Snowden, lane 5, Albert Smith, and lane 6, Killian Maters Cassidy.
And they're all in a complete straight line as they get through the 25-metre mark. Potentially lane 1, Joseph Mahfood from Liverpool, slightly out in front. But lane number 2 has come through strongly as we move under the flags. It's Elliot Papelier from Berry and Elton, and it is Elliot who takes the touch in 29.46. Heat number 11.
Heat 11, lane 1, Samuel Williams, lane 2, Jack Pritchard, lane 3, Alfie Owen, lane 4, Joshua Hollenby, lane 5, Jaden Lim, and lane 6, Benjamin Ross.
Already through the first 25 metres, lanes 2, 3 and 4 very, very tightly grouped together. And lane 2, Jack Pritchard pushing forward now. And as we come under the flags, it is lanes 2 and 4. And he will take the touch. It is Wigan best Jack Pritchard in 28.96. And we move on to heat number 12.
Heat 12, lane 1, Samuel Stout, lane 2, Jacob Chappell, lane 3, Shreyas Mishra, lane 4, Jack Jarvis, lane 5, Cody Bridge, and lane 6, Victor Vladash.
Halfway through heat number 12, move through 25 metres, nothing between lane 2 and 5. As we enter the move towards the flags in the final few metres, really tightly bunched together, lanes 4, 5 and 2, and it will be lane number 4 is Jack Jarvis in a time of 28.83. Heat 13.
Heat 13, lane 1, Benjamin Paul, lane 2, Andrew Clavis, lane 3, James Fothergill, lane 4, Charlie Chadwick, lane 5, Brandon Taylor, and lane 6, Ethan Harris-Hayes.
So off they go up the pool as they go through the 25. Looks like, well, lane number 5, I would say at the moment, Brandon looks like he's got the lead. But it is, as we've been saying with all these heats, very close. Looks like lane number 5 is just out in front, but lane 1 is coming back strong. Who's going to take the touch in this one? It is Brandon Taylor of Charlie Marlins. We move to heat 14.
Heat 14, lane 1 is Flynn Martin, lane 2, Seth Hutchison, lane 3, Massimilian Kursak, lane 4, Henry Holding, lane 4, Jared Cross, and lane 6, Thomas Binns.
So again, off they go, charging up the pool. Well, as I said at the minute, once again, anybody's race. Probably lane 3 just out in front there slightly. And it is. And as they make their way under the flags, let's see what time he's going to touch on. He takes it. Lane number 3, 28.58. Move to heat 15.
Heat 15, lane 1, Devon Furno Knight, lane 2, Eli Buckley, lane 3, Nicholas Smith, lane 4, Harry Snape, lane 5, Alfie Ardron, and lane 6, Jacob Hacking.
Can we now have up to heat number 30 for the boys 50 freestyle through to marshalling, please? All right, so as the swimmers go down, again, very close. as you would imagine. Looks like lane 1 could have the lead just about. And we will see. It is Devon there, touching first in 28.20. We move to heat 16.
Heat 16, lane 1, William Murray, lane 2, William Jackson, lane 3, Anthony Robinson, lane 4, George Lee, lane 6, Isaac Chow.
So cracking underwater work there from lane 3, which is Anthony Robinson of the City of Liverpool. I was giving him a chance with Isaac Chow over in lane number 6 of Everton. Everton and Liverpool fighting it out in this particular heat. As I say, it looks like it's Everton's Isaac Chow over in lane number 6, but everyone's coming back. In fact, it's not going to be that. Tell a lie. Oh, it is. I got him there. 27.75 in lane 6, moving to heat 17.
Heat 17, lane 1, Ethan McGuinness, lane 2, Burden Ordeck, lane 3, Joseph Peets, lane 4, Zachary Porter, lane 5, Luke Aitken, and lane 6, Harry Ferson.
So at the moment, you say lanes 2, 5 and 6 are out in front. So Burden, Luke or Harry. We'll have a look once we get to, there we go. Straight line at the moment. Actually, it could be 4, 5 or 6 as well as 2. It's going to be on the touch. Who's going to take it? It is lane number 4, Zachary, touching 28.29, moving to heat 18.
Heat 18, lane 1, Joshua Hayes, lane 2, Conor Meelan, lane 3, Daniel Hilton, lane 4, George Sutton, lane 5, Hayden Ladusans, and lane 6, Callum Mongan.
So as you said, as you would imagine now, as we go through the heats, all going to be very close. Now we're going to try and tell you who's out in front at the moment. Here we go now. It looks, well, take your pick from 1, 2, 3 and 6. As they come in, who's going to take the touch? It is at lane number 6. Callum in 28 dead. We move on to heat 19.
Heat 19, lane 1, Tyler Maguire Thornton, lane 2, Jacob White, lane 3, Jonathan Waters, lane 4, Finlay Norris, lane 5, Harrison Evans, and lane 6, Theo Klein.
So between Jonathan Waters and Harrison Evans in the early goings as they go through the first 25 of this 50-metre race. It is still them two in lanes 3 and 5 respectively as they come into the last 15 metres, although lane number 1 is absolutely powering through. It is Oldham Aquatics Tyler Maguire Thornton touching in 26.83. We move to heat 20.
Heat 20, lane 1, Sean Mattison, lane 2, Lewis Gilbert, lane 3, Ralph Halliburton Chaplin, lane 4, Matthew Fullerlove, lane 5, Daniel Croft, lane 6, Thomas Fox.
So in the early outgoings, it looks like lane 6 in Thomas Fox. He's out in front, and he is. But as we said, we will find out what happens as they go through the final 15. Thomas is out in front by nearly a body length. Coming back out is lane number 1, but Thomas will touch in 27.17. We move on to heat 21.
Heat 21, lane 1, Jamie Ball, lane 2, Michael Birchall, lane 3, Oscar Smith, lane 4, Eva Clayton, lane 5, Leo Baker, and lane 6, Jack Corden.
Can we have all remaining swimmers for event 551, the men's open 50-metre freestyle, to marshalling, please? That is all remaining swimmers through to marshalling. So as they're coming into the final 15 metres, looks like lane 6 has got a slight lead over lane number 1. We will see who gets the touch. It is lane number 6, Jack from Everton, time of 27:48. We move to heat 22.
Heat 22, lane 1, Lawrence and Day, lane 2, Felix Breakwell, lane 3, Tyler Nolan, lane 4, Matthew Blackburn, lane 5, Daniel Haynes, lane 6, Ethan Coleman.
I say apologies if anyone's sending in the good luck messages. As you can see, they are absolutely flying through the water, so we can't read them at the minute. But as they're going through the final 15, it is lane 5 with Daniel Haynes of Wigan Best. We're nearly a body length on the rest of the heat. As he comes under the flags and into the wall, he touches Daniel Haynes in 26:44. We move to heat 23.
Heat 23, lane 1, Ben Porter, lane 2, Calcilu, lane 3, Sol Sharp, lane 4, Noah Rusk, lane 5, Caleb Waldemar, and lane 6, Annan Clark.
So Noah Rusk there with great underwater, came up last out in front, but as you can see, it is, I would say Noah just out in front, but the heat has levelled up, as we said, as you imagine with all of these. It is Noah out in front at the moment though, being chased by lanes 3 and 6 as they go under the flags. Noah touches in 27:16. We move on to heat 24.
Heat 24, lane 1 is Harvey Kinnear, lane 2, Oliver Titley, lane 3, Luke Horton, lane 4, James Edwards, lane 5, Jake Cooper, and lane 6, Nikolai Pitera.
So once again, very even as they make their way up the pool. Probably lane 1 out in front in Harvey Kinnear as they go through into the final 15 metres. Lane 1s and 6 actually, fast outside on this particular heat as they come through to touch the wall. It is Harvey Kinnear in 27:19. We move on to heat 25.
Heat 25, lane 1, Elliot Mitchell, lane 2, Adam Seddon, lane 3, Emil Dawkins, lane 4, Casey Delaney, lane 5, Joshua Latham, and lane 6, Daniel Worthington.
We're already over the 25-metre mark. It looks like out in lane number 5, Joshua Latham of Aquabers is just in front of the rest of the group, moving towards the flags. He's almost got a full body length in front of everybody else, and he will take the touch in a time of 26:16. And we move on to heat 26.
Heat 26, lane 1, Zachary Bellhouse, lane 2, Finlay Pope, lane 3, Noah Cox, lane 4, Lucas Brown, lane 5, Jacob Brooks, and lane 6, Harry Lee.
We're already over halfway in heat 26. Out in lane number 4 it is Lucas Brown of Garstang, who looks like he's slightly out in front as we move towards that. But in lane number 6, Harry Lee from Preston coming through, and it is Harry Lee who takes that in 27:22. And we move on to heat 27.
Heat 27, lane 1, Peter Thompson, lane 2, Nathan Lockett, lane 3, Ethan Richards, lane 4, Daniel Goodwood, lane 5, Joshua Keogh, and lane 6, Benjamin Harris.
And it is lanes 4, Daniel Goodwood of Rochdale, and lanes 6, Benjamin Harris, who look like they're slightly out in front. But as we come towards the flags. There's nothing between those two, and lanes 1 and 2 coming through quickly, but it is Daniel Godward in 26.67, heat 28.
Heat 28, lane 1, Joseph Arcangelo, lane 2, Samuel Charlesworth, lane 3, Oliver Carter, lane 4, Toby Malkin, lane 5, Omar El Gengahi, and lane 6, Bobby Hume.
This is an announcement for team managers and coaches for event 552, the women's open 100 metre backstroke. Can heats 1 through to 4 please go through to marshalling? Heats 1 to 4 through to marshalling. And at the touch, it is lane 1, Joseph Arcangelo in a time of 26.32, heat 29.
Heat 29, lane 1, Luke Kernan, lane 2, Leon Callaghan, lane 3, Oliver Parry, lane 4, Jack Heppelston, lane 5, Miles Flanagan, and lane 6, Ethan Kelly.
Okay, already straight over the first 25 metres. It does look like lane 4, Jack Heppelstone of Leyland Barracudas in front, but lane number 1, Luke Curran of Liverpool coming through. Nothing between 1, 4 and 5, and it is lane number 1, Luke Curran of the Liverpool in 26.85, heat 30.
Heat 30, lane 1 is Kyle Durand, lane 2 is Ethan Bland, lane 3 is Daniel Jones, lane 4 is Rhys Jenkins, lane 5 Charlie Collins, and lane 6 is Benjamin Overland.
And out in front as we move across the 25 is Daniel Jones from Wigan Best. And we're moving quickly towards the flags. Daniel retains that lead, being pushed hard by lanes number 2 and 1. But Daniel Jones of Wigan Best takes that in 25.96. Heat 31.
Heat 31, lane 1, Ollie Bottomley, lane 2, Rhys Oran, lane 3, Matthew Tinkler, lane 4, Yayan Blackwell, lane 5, Jacob Birtles, and lane 6, Samuel Sutcliffe.
So all swimmers in a straight line as we cross the 25. Nothing between any of these, too close to call. We move towards the flags. You can get a better view, but I don't think we'll be able to predict. It looks like lane number 4 is slightly out in front. And it is Ewan Blackwell who takes it in 26.01, and we move on to heat 32.
Heat 32, lane 1, Charles Kelly, lane 2, Luke Suarez, lane 3, Ben Rogerson, lane 4, Owen Whiteley, lane 5, Jamie Holmes, and lane 6, Ewan O'Connor.
Pushing down towards the flags, it looks like it's lane number 2. Luke from Crosby moving towards the flags now, being pushed hard by lane number 5, Jamie Holmes of Lancaster, but it is lane number 2, Luke Suarez in 25.74. Heat 33.
Heat 33, lane 1, Jay Kristen, lane 2, Alexander Turnbull, lane 3, Matthew Haynes, lane 4, Lewis Cottam, lane 5, Joshua Morrison, and lane 6, Johnny Gibbs.
Already 3:25. almost down to the flags already. This heat's going to be really, really quick. All the swimmers in a straight line, but it looks like lane number 6, Johnny Gibbs of Preston, slightly out in front. And it is Johnny Gibbs of Preston, 25.79, heat 34.
Heat 34, lane 1, Dakota Ravatali, lane 2, Dominic Morgan, lane 3, Nathan Holmes, lane 4, Adam Tabernacle, lane 5, Samuel Murphy, lane 6, Fraser Cook.
Into the last 25 metres now, out in front, lane number 3, which is Nathan Holmes of Preston, being pushed hard by lane number 6, Fraser Cook. And go for the touch. It is Nathan Holmes of Preston in 24.85. We move on to heat 35.
Heat 35, lane 1, Patrick Braddock, lane 2, Ben Horton, lane 3, Kian Marget, lane 4, Harvey Lowe, lane 5, Jamie Clayton, lane 6, Lewis Wong.
And already down into the last 15 metres, moving towards the flag. It's Kean out in lane number 3. It looks like he's just in front as we move under the flags. And we'll go for the touch. It is Kean from Wigan in 24.71. And we move to our final heat, 36.
Heat 36, lane 1, Joel Birtles, lane 2, Kieran Hennessy, lane 3, Jacob Lee, lane 4, Tom Arkwright, and lane 6, Francis Dyson.
Lanes 3 and 4 really tightly bunched together in the centre of the pool. We're moving towards the flags, nothing between those two. I think it is lane 4, Tom Arkwright, slightly out in front. They go for the touch. It is Tom Arkwright of Leyland Barracudas in 24.52. And that concludes the first event of the afternoon. And we're moving forward to the next event, which is event 552, the Women's Open 100 metres backstroke. And this is heat number 1.
And in heat number 1, in lane 2, we've got Chiara Filoni from the City of Salford. We've got lane 3, Isabella Bonfield, also from the City of Salford. And lane 4 is Marley Rose Garrett from Bootle.
Can we now have the first 10 heats? So up to heat number 10 for event 552, the Women's Open 100 backstroke. Through to marshalling, please. So as you said, now we've got a bit of time to catch our breath. Obviously, you figured out the three of us commentating this afternoon. Myself, Lee, and Neil, and of course, Rianne. We say hello, good afternoon. As we say, we can chill out a little bit. After the first 50 there, turning first was Marley Rose Garrett in lane number 4. The two Salford swimmers, in Kiara and Isabella, also working hard as well. So as they go under the flags and they're coming into the wall, Marley Rose is going to touch in 1:24.70. We move on to heat number 2.
In heat 2, lane 1 is Megan Ellis, lane 2, Martha Sumnall, lane 3, Jasmine Cadman, lane 4, Ava Grimshaw, lane 5, Pollyanna Kershaw, and lane 6, Olivia Wilson.
Okay, we have finalists to announce in the men's 50-metre freestyle finals in the 10 and 11 years age group. From Stretford is Adrian Rogers. From Bridgefield is James Graham. From Ramsbottom is Benji Sutcliffe. From the city of Salford is Daniel Lesty. From Blackpool Aquatics is Archie Honey. And from Southport is Douglas Jones. Your reserve finalists are Frederick Walker-Reed from Blackpool and Ivan Limbert from Stretford. We move on to your 12 years age group, and your finalists from Bolton Metro is Leo Talbot. From the Isle of Man is Caleb Crow. From the Bolton Metro is Samuel Williams. From Ramsbottom is Cormac Whiteley. From Wigan Best is James Vaughan. Also from Wigan Best is William Ashcroft. And your reserve finalists from Ramsbottom is Ben Saxby. And from Southport is Callum Byrne. So as the girls make their way back down the pool, it is lane 2 out in front in the shape of Everton's Martha Sumnall. Working hard though is lane 3, Jasmine. But as they are coming under the flags, it is going to be Martha, and she's going to come in and take the touch of a time of 1:17.99. We move on to heat number 3.
In heat 3, lane 1 is Libby Woods, lane 2, Kerry Sullivan, lane 3, Honor Lucas, lane 4, Isabel Wright, and lane 6 is Yasmin Papagiris.
Okay, moving back to your finalists for the men's 50 freestyle. In the 13 years age group, from Clitheroe is Archie Lorimer, from Wigan Best is Alfie Owen, from Ramsbottom is Samuel Sutcliffe, also from Ramsbottom is Ethan McGuinness, from Lancaster is Archie Spicer, from Crosby is Dylan Madican, and your reserve finalists from Ormskirk are Joshua Paul, and from Burnley Bobcats is Benjamin Cook. 14 years age group finalists from Oldham Aquatics is Oliver Parry. From Blackpool Aquatics is Jonathan Waters. From the city of Salford is Ollie Bottomley. From Bolton Metro is Joshua Keogh. From Crosby is Ethan Kelly. And from Everton is Isaac Chow. Your reserve finalists for this one, from Fleetwood is Caleb Waldemar. And from the city of Salford is Devon Fernu Knight. So again, as your swimmers are making their way into the last 15 metres, it is lane number 3 who's out in front at the moment. And giving chase is lanes 1 and 4 as they come under the flags. As she comes in to touch the wall, lane 3 takes it in a time of 1:18.27. Move on to heat 4.
Heat number 4, lane 1 is Neve Mussel, lane 2 is Alice Holt, lane 3 is Georgia Howard, lane 4 Jessica Corder, lane 5 Evie Sunderland, and lane 6 is Layla Lawrenson.
Moving back to your finalists for the men's 50 freestyle. In your 15 years age group from Southport is Nikolai Patera. From Preston is Harvey Kinnear. From Wigan Best is Daniel Haynes. From Liverpool Penguins is Luke Curran. From Ramsbottom is Finlay Pope. And from Carnforth is Felix Breakwell. Your reservist from Oldham Aquatics is Elliot Mitchell. And from Crosby, Casey Delaney. Moving on to your 16 years finals. From City of Manchester is Owen Whiteley. Also from Manchester is Jake Christen. From Aquabirds is Joel Birtles. From Preston is Johnny Gibbs. Wigan Best, Daniel Jones. And the City of Liverpool's Peter Thompson. Your reserve finalists for that one are Clitheroe's Benjamin Harris and Wigan Best, Charlie Collins. So at the minute, it's the outside lanes in 1 and 6. This is Neve and Layla. There's Layla who's out in front. Coming back very strongly in the middle. In lane 3 is Georgia Howard of Wigan as well. But as they come under the flags, Georgia coming through like a steamer. But it is going to be lane number 6. Layla touching in 1:17.47. Move on to heat number 5.
Heat 5, lane 1 is Evie Sampson, lane 2 is Florrie Coyne, lane 3 is Samantha Westhead, lane 4 is Caitlin Scaife, lane 5 Elizabeth Curfey, and lane 6 is Tilly Collins.
Team coaches and managers, if we can have up to heat 16 of this event through to marshalling, please. Moving on to your more finalists for the 50-metre freestyle. In your 17 years and over, from Preston is Adam Tabernacle, from Wigan is Kian Marge, from Leyland Barracudas is Tom Artwright, from Southport is Jacob Lee, Preston's Nathan Holmes, from Southport is Fraser Cook, and your reserve finalist for this one from Oldham Aquatics is Francis Dyson, and from City of Manchester is Ben Horton. You now have 15 minutes to put in any withdrawals. Thank you. So at the moment, as the swimmers are making their way back down, lane 5 just got a little advantage, but lane 3 is Wigan Best Samantha Westhead, who's also working very hard. And as they come under the flags, it is Samantha who's, as I said, in lane 3, who has now taken the lead. As she comes in to touch the wall, she touches in a time of 1:16.33. We move on to heat number 6.
For heat number 6, lane 1, we've got Lucy Beasley from Preston. From Oldham Aquatics, in lane 2 is Amelia Roberts. Lane 3 is Ruby Wakelin from the City of Salford. Also from the City of Salford, in lane 4 is Nella Cookis. Lane 5, Sophia Wilson, also from the City of Salford. And lane 6, Kaya Reynolds from the Isle of Man.
So as they go through, as we said, towards the flags, and they're only turning this particular race. It is lane number 2, who is out in front. But very, very close. Behind is lane number 1, so we'll see how these two go as they come back down. So if they come through with 25 left, as I said, it could be lane 1, but also lane 6 now. Kaya from the Isle of Man working very hard as she heads into the last 15. As I said, the outside lanes are 1 and 2 at the moment in this particular heat as they come under the flags. Lane 1 finishing very strongly. Who's going to take the touch? It is lane 1. Lucy touches in a time of 1:17.42. We move on to heat 7.
Heat number 7 in lane 1, we've got Joni Dunn from Ormskirk. Lane 2 is Lauren Watson from Wigan Best. Lane 3 is Lavina Slaughter from Burnley Bobcats. Lane 4 is Lucy Mulholland from Preston. Lane 5 is Ava Grace Hodson from Wigan Best. And in lane 6, Scarlett Tushingham from Fleetwood.
So as I said, as they make their way through 35 metres, it's lanes 5 and 6. Lane 6 is Scarlett out in front, being chased by Ava Grace Hodgson in lane number 5. Very close with them too. After that, you're looking at lane number 3. So it was Ava Grace who turns first in 36.90, 2 tenths in front of Scarlett. So again, Ava Grace is still working hard, but also coming through is lane number 3. And Lavina, she's working hard. As I said, as they come through and start to make their way for the final 15 metres of this one, it is still Ava Grace who is just out in front, but as we said, Lavina from Burnley Bobcats working extremely hard as they go under the flags. Who's going to take this touch? It's Ava Grace Hodgson in 1:17.13. We move on to heat number 8.
Heat number 8, we've got lane 1, Laura David Caterino from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 2 is Abigail Cullen from Wigan Best. Lane 3 is Olivia Edgar from Chorley Marlins. Lane 5 is Clara Spence from Lancaster. And lane 6 is Isla Holland from Wigan Best.
So as the only neutral in the commentary box for this one, I'll take it away. With my 2 colleagues are looking with interest to see how the girls do as they make their way through. As we said, 35 metres. Very close at the moment. Lanes 1 in Laura David Caterino and Olivia Edgar in 3. There's Olivia Edgar who goes round first in 37.04 from Laura. Around about 2 tenths just behind her there. At the minute, as I said, it is still 1 and 3 who are out in front, but lane number 5 as well, and Clara working very hard down this back 50. Actually, say at the moment, it looks like Clara has actually taken the lead in this particular one. She says she's coming under the flags. There's going to be Clara. What time is she going to touch? There's 1:15.72. We move on to heat number 9.
In heat number 9, lane 1 is Madison McFadden from Burnley Bobcats, also from Burnley Bobcats, and lane 2 is Lola Cragg. Lane 3 is Gemma Davis from Preston, and lane 4 is Grace Reard from Bridgefield. Lane 6 is Madeline Bryan from the city of Salford.
So again, at this moment in time, it's lane 1 who's out in front, Madison from Burnley. She turns around in a time of 36.69. Followed by Preston's Gemma in lane number 3. It is very close though, this one, as you can see. The girls pretty much in a line as they make their way back down. And they start to make their way into the final 25. At At this moment, it's anybody's guess who's going to take this. It looks like Lola in lane 2 is just starting to make her way and break away from the rest of the heat there. And she comes under. She's going to touch Lola Cragg in 1:15.29. Move on to heat 10.
In heat number 10, lane 1 is Olivia Ballard from Leyland Barracudas, and also from Leyland Barracudas into lane 2 is Kate Roberts. Lane 3 is Millie Griffiths from Crosby, and lane 4 is Lily Duke from Stretford. Lane 5 is Alyssa Boslam from City of Salford, and lane 6 is Phoebe Grogan from Wigan Best.
So going round first in this one is Kate Roberts, turning at 36.77, followed by Phoebe Grogan, 2 tenths behind. Well, as you can see, it is them two. Although coming through fast in lane 3 is Millie Griffiths of Crosby. But still out in front at the moment, you would say, is Phoebe Grogan over in lane 6 as they make their way into the 15. Kate Roberts working hard again as they make their way, as well as Alyssa Boslam in lane number 5. But as they come under the flags at the moment, Phoebe, but Kate Roberts working hard as well. We go to the touch, and it is Phoebe Grogan touching first in 1:15.77. We move on to heat 11.
Heat 11, we've got lane 1, Grace Morley from Bootle. Lane 3, Ahana Manglam from Crosby. Lane 3 is Megan Doherty from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 4 is Ava Renee Blees from the City of Salford. Lane 5 is Heidi Hailwood from Leyland Barracudas, and lane 6 is Libby Poole from the City of Salford.
Can we have up to heat number 20 through to marshalling, please, for the 100 backstroke. At the turn, it's lane number 1 in the shape of Grace Morley, who goes round first in 34.99. Over a second lead on Ava Renier in lane number 4. As I said, it is lane number 1 powering away in this particular one. As we said, Bootle's Grace Morley. The rest of the heat pretty even. So again, Grace coming under the flags. And this time she'll touch the wall in 1:12.33. We move on to heat 12.
And in heat number 12, lane 1 is Mia Pickett from Burnley Bobcats. Lane 2 is Nicole Adeyeye from the City of Salford. Lane 3 is Eleni Zenarianos from Bridgefield. Lane 4 is Lisa Basaki from Bolton Metro. Lane 5, Scarlett Lazenby Trace from Stretford. And lane 6 is Rosemary Holding from Fleetwood.
So at the minute it's lane number 2. Nicole, who's out in front, and she goes round in a time of 34.94. So again at the moment, it's still Nicole in lane number 2 who's out in front. closely followed by Mia and Lisa. As I said, as lane 2 comes in, she will touch at 1:11.79. We move on to heat 13.
In heat 13 in lane 1, we've got Grace wearing Yolette from Preston. Lane 2 is Sophia Mann from Ramsbottom. Lane 3 is Amalie Elliott from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 4 is Gabrielle McCulloch from the City of Salford. Lane 5 is Caitlin Mailer from Wigan Best. And lane 6 is Chloe Scott from Stretford.
Coming under the flags in heat 13, turning first is Gabrielle McCulloch of the City of Salford, 34.88. Closely followed behind by Caitlin Mailer of Wigan Best, 36.02. Gabrielle continues to be out in front. Caitlin in lane 5, pushing hard next to her now. As we come into the last 50 metres, it is still Gabrielle out in front. In lane number 4. And she takes the touch in 1:12.04. Second place is Caitlin Mailer of Wigan Best in 1:14.20. We move on to heat 14.
In heat 14, lane 1, we've got Kate Forshaw from Bolton Metro. In lane 2, Daisy Lewis from Stretford. Lane 3 is Madeline Hemmers from Isle of Man. Lane 4 is Sadie Wilson from Preston. Lane 5 is Olivia Jones from Wigan Best. And lane 6 is Gracie Louise Potts from the City of Salford.
We are closely reaching the end of the first 50 metres in this race, heat 14. Going under the flags in lane number 4, touching first and turning is Sadie Wilson of Preston in 34.67. Closely followed behind by Gracie Louise Potts of the City of Salton in 35.05, out in lane number 6. And it is those two as we get to in towards the last 25 metres now. Gracie Louise pushing back on Sadie's lead. And we're into the last 15 metres. There's nothing now between lane 4 and 6. Who's going to take the touch? It is Sadie Wilson in a time of 1:12.66. Gracie Louise Potts of City of Salford 1:12.77 in second place. Heat 15.
In heat 15, lane 1 is Mia Mason from the City of Manchester. Lane 2 is Isabella Holmes from Stretford. Lane 3 is Ebony Thorburn from Southport. And lane 4 is Alexandra Prince from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 5 is Ruby Crossman from Oldham Aquatics. And lane 6 is Georgia Eccles from Burnley Bobcats.
And we are already approaching the flags in heat 15. Out in front, lane number 6. Georgia Eccles of the Burnley Bobcats. And turning first is lane 1, Mia Mason of City of Manchester, closely followed by Georgia Eccles of the Burnley Bobcats. Nothing much between the two of them as they approach the halfway point of this second length. And we're into the last 20 metres. And coming through in lane number 3 is Ebony Thoburn of Southport. It looks like Mia Mason, City of Manchester, got a slight lead on the other two. And at the touch, it is Mia Mason of the City of Manchester in 1:12.26.
And in heat 16, lane 1 is Olivia Borland from Southport. Lane 2 is Caitlin Wilson from Burnley Bobcats. Lane 3 is Sophie Davis from Southport. And lane 4 is Olivia Lloyd-Jones from the City of Manchester. Lane 5 is Hannah O'Brien from Blackpool Aquatics. And lane 6 is Annabel Cayley from Fleetwood.
And coming under the flags, there's absolutely nothing between the lanes as they take the turn. It is Olivia Lloyd-Jones of City of Manchester turning first, but very, very closely followed by less than 0.05 of a second by Caitlin Wilson of Burnley Bobcats. Lanes 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 pretty much in a straight line. Probably just say it's lane number 4 out in front at the moment, Olivia Lloyd-Jones, City of Manchester. Coming strongly through on this inside is Caitlin Wilson of Burnley Bobcats in lane number 2. And at the touch, it is Olivia Lloyd-Jones of the City of Manchester in a time of 1:12.34. And we move on to heat 17.
In heat 17 in lane 1, we've got Katie Rawnsley from Prescott. Lane 2 is Maya Sturrock from Aqua Bears. From Wigan Best in lane 3 is Evie Cutter. Lane 4 is Elizabeth Ashton from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 5 is Abigail Shepherd from Preston. And lane 6 is Amelia Moss from Burnley Bobcats.
And we move towards the flags at the end of the first 50 metres. Out in front in lane number 5 is Abigail Shepherd of Preston. And she takes the turn in 34.63. Second place, Katie Rawnsley of Prescott. Third place, Elizabeth Ashton of Oldham Aquatics. Abigail's still in front as we reach the last 25 metres now. Closely followed behind in lane number 4, Elizabeth, and lane number 6 coming through strongly as well, Amelia Moss. All bunching together as we take the finish. Who's going to touch first? It is Abigail Shepherd in a time of 1:12.46. We move on to heat 18.
In heat 18, lane 1 is Charlotte Collinson from Preston. Lane 2 is Abigail Turner from the City of Manchester. Lane 3 is Georgia Sheffield from the City of Salford. Lane 4 is Mia Newton from Preston. Lane 5 is Hannah Lee from Wigan Best. And lane 6 is Eva Bergen-Williams from Oldham Aquatics.
As we come up to the flags for the first time, out in front, well, nothing really between lane 1, 4 and 5 here. And at the turn, it is Charlotte Collinson in 34.71, but closely followed behind by Hannah Lee and Mia Newton. Moving towards the last 25 metres. Charlotte Collington goes through first. Abigail Turner on her inside from City of Manchester pushing her hard. In lanes 4 and 5, Mia Newton and Hannah Lee neck and neck. When we come towards the wall, who's going to touch first? I think it's likely going to be Charlotte Collington. And it is in a time of 1:13.24. Second place to Mia Newton in 1:13.76, and then Hannah Lee in 1:13.9. Heat 19.
And in heat number 19, we've got lane 1, Alexandra Brophy from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 2 is Peter Chilton from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 3 is Holly Carnes from Bury and Elton. And lane 4 is Lucy Parsons from Prescott. Lane 5 is Bailey Seary from Burnley Bobcats, and also from Burnley Bobcats in lane 6 is Lydia Dewhurst.
Come under the flags for the first time now. It is out in front, lane number 4, Lucy Parsons of Prescott. She's going to turn first in a time of 34.45, and it's Peter Chilton from Blackpool Aquatics following her in 34.88. As we make our way back up the pool, it's still Lucy Parsons out in front as we cross into the last 25 metres. But lanes number 2, Peter Chilton, and lane number 6, Lydia Dewhurst, pushing through now. All the swimmers bunching up as we enter the last few metres. And lane number 3 coming through very quickly. Lane number 2, it is lane number 2, Peter Chilton taking it in 1:11. Really closely followed behind by Holly Carnes of Bury and Elton in second place. Heat 20.
So in heat number 20 in lane 1, we've got Danielle Brady from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 3 is Ciara Prentice from the Isle of Man. Lane 4 is Francesca Cullen from Bolton Metro. And also from Bolton Metro in lane 5 is Bethany Shawn.
We're already under the flags. Moving towards the turn for the first time now. Out in front is lane number 4, Francesca Cullen, Bolton Metro. And Ciara Prentice of the Isle of Man very, very close behind. And it's lanes 3 and 4 grouped very close together. Still out in front, is now coming out in front, should I say, is Bethany Shum of Bolton Metro. Out in lane number 5, she's coming through. But it is lane number 4, Francesca Cullen, who takes the touch in 1:10.75. And Ciara Prentice of the Isle of Man following 1:11.45. Heat 21.
And in heat 21, in lane 1, we've got Aaliyah Day from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 2 is Alice Volkovaya from the City of Salford. Lane 3 is Lydia Swindell from Wigan Best. And lane 4 is Ella Williams from Preston. Lane 5 is Katie Lee from the City of Salford. And lane 6 is Chloe Ridge from Wigan Best.
We're moving up, just under the flags. Coming to the turn. Nothing between lane 3 and 4. It is lane 3. Lydia Swindale of Wigan Best turning in 32.82. Closely followed behind by Ella Williams of Preston. He's 0.15 behind her. Lydia just in front still as we move into the last 25 metres. Lanes 4 and 5, Ella Williams of Preston and Katie Lee of City of Salford pushing hard next to her. But it will be Lydia Swindell who takes the touch for Wigan Best in 107.76.
And in heat 22 in lane 1, we've got Francesca Brady from Wigan Best. Also from Wigan Best in lane 2 is Isabel Liptrot. Lane 3 is Lauren Bradley Holt from the City of Salford. In lane 4, Amy Crompton-Hesford from Wigan Best. And also from Wigan Best in lane 5 is Georgia Carroll. And lane 6 is Ella Folkingham from Southport.
And we're about to turn for the first time. Turning first is Lauren Bradley Holt of City of Salford in 31.46. Closely followed behind by Amy Crompton-Hesford of Wigan Best. Lauren still out in front as we make our way back down the second 50 metres. Being tracked in lane number 2 and lane number 4 by Isabel Liptrot of Wigan Best and Amy Crompton-Hesford. We come into the last 5 metres now. It will be Lauren who takes the touch for the City of Salford in 104.86. And nothing between lanes 2 and 4 who touch in 107. And we move on to heat 22.
And in this last heat, heat 23 in lane 1, we've got Layla Morris from Wigan Best, and also from Wigan Best in lane 2 is Hannah Camden. Lane 3 is Emma Hodgson from the Isle of Man, and lane 4 is Ruby McFarlane from the City of Salford. Lane 5 is Anna Healy from Wigan Best, and lane 6 is Hannah Morris from Leyland Barracudas.
We've come to the end of the first 50 metres already. Lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6 all in a line and turning together, and it is Emma Hodgson of the Isle of Man jointly turning first with Ruben McFarlane of the City of Salford. Those two swimmers together at the centre of the pool, and as we cross into the last 25 metres, nothing between them. Coming back in lane number 5 is Anna Healy, and lane 6 Hannah Morris of Leyland Barracudas. And it is lane number 3. Emma Hodgson has a slight lead now as we move towards the wall. And on the touch, it is Emma Hodgson of the Isle of Man in 107.09. Heat 24. No, heat 1. This is event 553 from the men's open 200 metre butterfly. We have 5 heats, and this is heat number 1.
And in heat number 1, in lane 2, we've got Corey Owens from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 3 is Samuel Williams from Bolton Metro. And in lane 4, William Kershaw from Blackpool Aquatics.
So again, we'll update you with some more points for the teams event. So these are the points that the teams have accumulated after this morning's session. So starting off with the age group scoring, top 5 in reverse order. So in fifth place in joint fifth place in 268 points, Ramsbottom and Southport. In fourth place with 342 is the City of Manchester. In third place with 386 is Bolton Metro. In second place with 555 points is the City of Salford. And in first place at the moment with 983 points is Wigan Best. But as our swimmers, as we said, start to come back down the pool for the first time, is Samuel in lane number 3, who's out in front. So moving on to the championship scoring, again in reverse order. So in fifth place with 18 points is the Isle of Man. In fourth place with 20 points is Bolton Metro. In third place with 23 points is the City of Manchester. In second place with 74 points is Wigan Best, and out in front with 91 points is the City of Salford. So again, it is still Samuel out in front, in lane number 3, being tracked by Corey Owens in lane 2, as well as William fighting hard over in lane number 4. But as Samuel goes under the flags, he's going to come into the wall and take a time of 2:52.62. Corey touches in time of 2:57.89. And at William touches in 3:02.71. Move on to heat number 2.
In heat number 2 in lane 1, we've got Ethan McGuinness from Ramsbottom. Lane 2 is Dylan Foster from Southport. Lane 3 is Benjamin Ross from the City of Salford. Lane 4 is Matthew Sowers from Wigan Best. And lane 5 is Joseph Ball from Preston. Just letting you know that from heat 1, lane number 3 was a DQ. Heat 1, lane number 3 was a DQ.
All right, some finalists to announce for the women's 100 metres backstroke. In your 12 years age group from the City of Salford is Olivia Wilson. From Leyland Barracudas is Megan Ellis. From Everton is Martha Sumnall. From Wigan Best is Georgia Howard. From Southport is Evie Sampson. And from Blackpool is Pollyanna Kershaw. Your reserve finalists from Great Harwood is Ava Grimshaw. And from Bootle is Marley Rose Garrett. Moving on to your 13 years age group from Oldham Aquatics is Laura David Catrino. From Leyland Barracudas is Kate Roberts. From the City of Salford is Gabrielle McCulloch. From Wigan Best is Evie Cutter. From Preston is Florrie Coyne. And from Charlie Marlins is Olivia Edgar. Your reserve finalists from Fleetwood are Layla Lawrenson. And from the Isle of Man is Elizabeth Kirkhay. Moving on to your 14 years age group from the City of Salford. Your finalists, from the City of Salford are Gracie Louise Potts. Also from Salford is Alice Volkovaya. From Wigan Best is Isabel Littrop. From the City of Salford is Katie Lee. From Preston is Sadie Wilson. And also from Preston is Charlotte Collinson. Your reserve finalist for this one from Wigan Best is Hannah Lee. And from Southport is Ebony Thorburn. Moving on to your 15 years age group. Your finalists from the City of Salford is Nicole Adiai. From Wigan Best is Layla Morris. Also from Wigan Best is Lydia Swindell. From Leyland Barracudas is Hannah Morris. From Prescott is Lucy Parsons. And from Wigan Best is Chloe Ridge. Your reserve finalists from Bootle are Grace Morley. And from Burnley Bobcats, Caitlin Wilson. So as they start to make their way down, as we said, for the final time, is lane number 3. Salford's Benjamin Ross, who's out in front. But lanes 1, 2 and 4 all working hard. We'll say at the minute it is Benjamin out in front, followed in second by Matthew Saws. But working hard is Dylan Foster from Southport, as is Ethan McGuinness. So Benjamin Ross touches in 2:41.20. Touching second is Dylan Foster, 2:44.70. Matthew Saws touches in 2:44.94. We move on to heat number 3.
In heat number 3 in lane 1, we've got Samuel Sutcliffe from Ramsbottom. Lane 2 is Samuel Stout from the City of Salford. Lane 3 is Kelsey Liu from Bolton Metro. Lane 4 is Hayden Soul from Preston. And lane 5 is Andrew Clavis from Prescott.
Moving on with some more finalists from the women's 100 metres backstroke. In your 16 years age group from Blackpool Aquatics, we have Peter Chilton. From Wigan Best, we've got Francesca Brady. Also from Wigan Best is Amy Crompton-Hessard. Following on from Wigan Best is Anna Healy. And also from Wigan Best is Georgia Carroll. Your last finalist in that particular one from Bury and Elton is Holly Carnes. Your reserve finalist from City of Manchester is Mia Mason. And from Preston is Abigail Shepherd. Moving on to your 17 years and over. Your finalists are from Wigan Best, Hannah Camden. From City of Salford is Ruby McFarlane. Also from City of Salford is Lauren Bradley Holt. From the Isle of Man is Emma Hodgson. From Prescott is Ella Williams. And from Southport is Ella Falkingham. Your reserve finalist for that one. From Bolton Metro is Francesca Cullen. And from the Isle of Man is Kira Prentice. Team coaches and managers, you now have 15 minutes for any withdrawals for the finals. So as I said, the swimmers make their way down for the final time. Looks like lane number 3, Kelsey, he's out in front. Although working very hard indeed in lane number 5 is Andrew Clavis of Prescott. He's working very hard as they come in towards the last 5 metres of this one. Well, as they come in to touch the wall, Kelsey touches in a time of 2 minutes 30.05. We move on to heat number 4.
In heat number 4, we've got lane 1, Elliot Mitchell from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 2 is Shea Whiteley from City of Manchester. Lane 3 is Ben Rogerson from Preston. Lane 4 is Finlay Pope from Ramsbottom. Lane 5 is Luke Brussels from Prescott. And lane 6 is Charlie Collins from Wigan Best.
All right, so as we were saying at the end of this event, there will be a pretty decent break before we head into the finals. So we said after heat, at the conclusion of heat number 5, should we say, there will be a decent length of a break before we make our way to the finals. Yeah, so as we were saying, at the end of heat number 5, there will be at least 10 minutes before we start to make our way into the finals, probably a bit longer than that. But anyway, as the swimmers are making their way up the pool after the 100-metre turn, it was lane 5 and Luke Brussels who's out in front, followed by Charlie Collins in lane 6, and then Finlay Pope who's in lane 4. I'm saying as they come down for the final time, it's still lane 5, Luke Brussels, who's out in front. Finlay Pope running second, and it is Wigan Best Charlie Collins who's in third at the moment in this heat. So Luke Brussels touches the wall in 2 minutes 19.22. Finlay touches in 2:24.93. And Shea Whiteley over in lane 2 touches 2:28.30. We move on to the final heat in this event. This is heat 5.
And in this final heat, heat 5, we've got lane 1, James Ross from the City of Salford. Lane 2 is Patrick Braddock from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 3 is Joseph Stout from the City of Salford. Lane 4 is Henry Moore from Southport. Lane 5, Samuel Grimes from Wigan Best. And lane 6 is Shmingu from City of Manchester.
So at the 100 turn is Joseph in lane 3, turning in 1 minute .15. And second is lane 2, Patrick Braddock. He turned in 1 minute .78. And running third in lane number 4 is Henry Moore. He turned in 1:01.87. So again, Joseph's still out in front as he turns for home. He turned in 1:33.18. Patrick Braddock, as I said, turns just over a second and a half behind, or just under a second and a half behind. Coming home very strongly as well. In lane 4 is Henry Moore of Southport. Well, as they make their way under the flags, Joseph is going to touch in a time of 2:06.42. Second goes to Patrick Braddock, who touched the wall in 2:09.69. Henry Moore, Southport, 2:10.19. Okay, so there we go. As we said, that was the last action of the heats. We are going to be moving on to finals, but as we said, there's going to be at least 10 minutes before we start them. So bear with us, and as I said, we'll be back with you in a little short while, and we'll be starting the finals.
So we've got some results to announce for event 553, the men's open 200 meters butterfly. In the 12 years age group, in second place from Blackpool Aquatic was William Kershaw, and in first place from Oldham Aquatic is Corey Owens. In the 13 years age group, in third place from Ramsbottom is Ethan McGuinness. In second place from Wigan Best is Matthew Soers. And in first place from Ramsbottom is Samuel Sutcliffe. In the 14 years age group, in third place from the city of Salford is Benjamin Ross. In second place from Bolton Metro is Kelsey Liu. And in first place from Prescott is Luke Russells. Luke is also the second place in the junior section. In the 15 years age group, in third place from Prescott is Andrew Clavis. In second place from the city of Manchester is Ranming Gao. In first place from Ramsbottom is Finley Pope, who is also third place in the junior section. In the 16 years age group, in third place is Charlie Collins of Wigan Best. From the city of Manchester in second place is Shay Whiteley. And in first place from Wigan Best is Samuel Grimes, who is also first place in the junior section. In the 17 years over age group, in third place from Southport is Henry Moore, who is also third place in the seniors. In second place from Oldham Aquatic is Patrick Braddock, who is also second place in the seniors. And in first place from the city of Salford is Joseph Stout, who is first place in the seniors. So we're just going to continue with this break for a few more minutes before we get started with this afternoon's finals.
So as we said before, we do start the finals. Just a reminder, as it is the final day of competition tomorrow, as always, warm-ups will begin at 9 o'clock. That is going to be the gentlemen in the water first, from 9 till 9:30. Ladies will follow from 9:30 till 10 o'clock. And then, obviously, we will get the racing started as quickly as we can. All right, the final start lists are starting to make their way round. Again, we've still got a few minutes yet before we get underway with the finals. As I said, the start list for the finals will be heading to you very quickly. All right, if you haven't already done so, if you could just start to send the women through to marshalling for the 100-metre backstroke finals, please. So you haven't already done so with the swimmers for the 100-metre backstroke. The ladies, if you could just start to make your way through to marshalling. As I said, please bear with us, and we'll be underway shortly. All right, and so welcome back to the Liverpool Aquatic Centre for our two set of finals this afternoon. The first set of finals is going to be for the 100 metres backstroke for the ladies, and then after that we move on to the 50 metre freestyle for the gentlemen. Okay, so we move on now to the first event of the finals, which is event 555, which is going to be a women's 12 years 100 metres backstroke final. Introducing your finalists in lane number 1 from the city of Salford is Olivia Wilson. In lane number 2 from Leyland Barracudas is Megan Ellis. In lane number 3 from Everton is Martha Sumnall. In lane number 4 from Wigan Best is Georgia Howard. In lane number 5 from Southport, Evie Sampson. And in lane number 6 from Blackpool Aquatics, Pollyanna Kershaw. So off we go in the final. At the moment, it is Megan Ellis in lane 2, who has the early lead. And then lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6 all together in a line. So it is Megan who turns first in 37.54, followed by Martha, and then Georgia. So as they're coming back down, this is going to be a very close finish. At the moment, it is lane number 3 with Martha Sumnall, who's out in front. Running second at the moment is Wigan Best Georgia Howard as they come into the final 15. And it's going to be these two. And I say it does look like Martha's going to come in to take this one. And Martha touches in 1:17, followed by Georgia in 1:18.14, and Megan touches third in 1:19.99.
Okay, moving on now to event 556, which is the 13 years women 100 metre backstroke. And introducing your finals today in lane 1 from Oldham Aquatics, we've got Laura David Caterino. In lane 2 from Leyland Barracudas, we've got Kate Roberts. Lane 3 from the city of Salford is Gabrielle McCulloch. And lane 4 from Wigan Best is Evie Cutter. And in lane 5 from Preston is Florrie Coyne. And in lane number 6 from Chorley Marlins is Olivia Edgar.
And they're all up now in the women's 13 years old backstroke final. Out in front in lane number 4, Evie Cutter. So we move through the first 25 metres, closely followed by Gabrielle McCulloch from the city of Salford. Other swimmers, nothing between them, but just body length back behind those two. As we come under the flags, it's Evie with a very, 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 very close lead. But Gabrielle comes and turns first. Evie Cutter, 34.89. Gabrielle, 0.04. Behind, coming back up the pool now, entering the last 25 metres. It is Evie with a very, very slender lead in front of Gabrielle. Nothing between these two as we enter the last 15 metres. Both of them kicking really, really hard now as we come under the flags. Nothing between them. Who's going to touch first? And it is Evie Cutter of Wigan Best in 1:11.81. Closely followed by Gabrielle McCulloch in 1:11.92. And third place goes to Kate Roberts of Leyland Barracudas in 1:15.
Okay, in event 557, which is the women's 14 years backstroke final, here are your finalists. In lane number 1 from the City of Salford is Gracie Louise Potts. Also from the City of Salford in lane 2, we've got Alice Volkovaya. In lane 3 from Wigan Best is Isabel Liptrot. In lane 4 from the City of Salford is Katie Lee. In lane 5 from Preston is Sadie Wilson. And also from Preston in lane 6 is Charlotte Collinson.
Underway now in the women's 14 years final, 100 metre backstroke. Popping up front and out in front straight away is Isabel Liptrot in lane number 3. Really closely followed behind by Katie Lee in lane number 4. And as we move towards the flags and come up to the first turn, it is Isabel with a body length's lead as she turns now. And makes her way down the pool for the second 50. Katie Lee 0.8 seconds behind her. Sadie Wilson 2 seconds behind her. And we come through now into the final 25 metres. Katie Lee still pushing Isabel hard in lane number 4. But Isabel's still out in front. And we come towards the flags for the final time. Who's got anything left to give? But it will be Isabel Liptrot who takes first place, closely followed by Katie Lee in second place, and in third is Alice Volkovaya of the City of Salford.
Okay, we move on to event 558, the women's 15 years 100 metre backstroke final. Introducing your finalists in lane number 1 from the City of Salford is Nicole Adieye. In lane 2 from Wigan Best, Layla Morris. In lane 3 from Wigan Best, Lydia Swindell. In lane 4 from Leyland Barracudas, Hannah Morris. In lane number 5 from Prescott, Lucy Parsons. And in lane number 6 from Wigan Best, Chloe Ridge. So Lydia was up first, but great underwater work from Layla Morris in 2. And at the moment it is lanes 2, 3 and 4 in a line. So you've got Layla, Lydia and Hannah. And at the moment we are looking probably at Hannah, who's out in front, followed by Layla in 2, I would say. If you go around in the turn it is Hannah, but Lydia just in front of her teammate. Layla, this one is going to be very close as we come back down. At the moment it is lane number 3, Lydia Swindell out in front. Steaming back down is also Layla in 2, as well as Hannah still there, as we said, in lane number 4. Lydia is just still out in front at the moment in lane number 3. They're still coming back hard, but as Lydia comes under the flags, it is going to be Lydia. What time is she going to take? Lydia touches in 1:07.80. Second is Hannah Morris in 1:09.20. And third is Layla Morris in 1:10.12.
And moving on now to event 559, which is the women's 16 years 100-metre backstroke final. And here are your finalists. In lane number 1 is Peter Chilton from Blackpool Aquatics. In lane number 2 from Wigan Best is Francesca Brady. Also from Wigan Best in lane number 3 is Amy Crompton-Hesford. Lane number 4, Wigan Best again, is Anna Healy. And in lane number 5, another Wigan Best swimmer is Georgia Carroll. And in lane number 6 is Holly Carnes from Bury and Elton.
So as we move through the first 25, it looks like lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6 pretty much in a line. Get a better look as we turn here now. As we said at the moment, looking at lanes 3 and 4, who are out in front in Amy and Anna. Here's Amy, who turns first in 32.83, followed by Anna, not far behind, 1/10 of a second. So as they make their way back down the pool, still looking like Amy's out in front in lane 3. And I said then after that is lane 4 with Anna. And at the moment I would say Georgia Carroll, their teammate, running 3rd. But coming back very strong is Holly Carnes in lane 6 as well. But as they make their way under the flags, lane number 3, Amy Crompton-Hesford, who's going to touch in 1:07.46. Then it's Anna Healy, 1:09.09. And taking 3rd is Peter Chilton in 1:09.90.
We move on now to our 17 years final. In lane number 1 from Wigan Best, Hannah Camden. In lane number 2 from the city of Salford, Ruby McFarlane. In lane number 3, also from the city of Salford, Lauren Bradley Holt. In lane number 4 from the Isle of Man, Emma Hodgson. In lane number 5 from Preston, Ella Williams. And in lane number 6, from Southport, Ella Falkingham. And all the swimmers are up now in the 17 years and over final. Straight out in front in lane number 5 is Ella Williams of Preston. But pushing straight back in lane number 3 is Lauren Bradley Holt of the City of Salford. And as we approach the flags, it's those two who are neck and neck. And after the first turn, it's Lauren Bradley Holt, followed by Ella Williams in 0.8 behind, and followed by Ruby McFarlane. They come back up the pool. Lauren still out in front. Nothing between lanes 2, 4 and 5 now. And we enter the last 15 metres. Lauren Bradley Holt still out in front in lane number 3. A body length in front of lane number 4, Emma Hodgson of the Isle of Man. Really close on the touch, and it is Lauren Bradley Holt in first. It is Emma Hodgson of the Isle of Man in second, and Ruby McFarlane of the City of Salford in third place.
All right, so we'll just give our officials a minute to get up to the finish end of the pool before we move on to the next set of finals, which is going to be a 50-metre freestyle final for the gentlemen. Okay, so we move on to event 561, which is going to be a men's 10 and 11 years 50-metre freestyle final. Introducing your finalists in lane number 1 from Stretford is Adrian Rogers. In lane 2 from Bridgefield, James Graham. In lane number 3 from Ramsbottom is Benji Sutcliffe. In lane number 4 from the City of Salford is Daniel Lesty. In lane number 5 from Blackpool Aquatics is Archie Honey. And in lane number 6 from Southport, Douglas Jones. So off we go, and up first out of the water is Benji Sutcliffe in lane number 3, taking the early lead. And as we go through 25, he is still out in front, is Benji. And as he comes in, as we said, he takes a time of 32.25. Second goes to James Graham, and in third is Daniel Lesty.
Next up is event 562, which is the men's 12 years 50-metre freestyle, and introducing your finalists in lane 1 from Bolton Metro is Leo Talbot. In lane 2 from the Isle of Man is Caleb Crow. In lane 3 from Bolton Metro is Samuel Williams. In lane 4 from Ramsbottom is Cormac Whiteley. In lane 5 from Wigan Best is James Vaughan. And also from Wigan Best in lane 6 is William Ashcroft.
All right, so as you move up through the first 25, it's pretty much an even line. I'd say lane 6 in William Ashcroft and lane 2, Caleb Crow working hard. I'd say Caleb, as well as Samuel Cormac as they come under the flags. It's going to be on the touch. Who's going to take it? It is Samuel Williams in a time of 29.82. Caleb Crow touches in 30.08. And third was Cormac Whiteley in at 30.26.
Okay, and we're going to move on to our 13 years age group 50 metre freestyle final. And your finalists in lane number 1, from Clitheroe, Archie Lorimer. In lane number 2, from Wigan Best, Alfie Owen. In lane number 3, from Ramsbottom, Samuel Sutcliffe. In lane number 4, also from Ramsbottom, Ethan McGuinness. In lane number 5, from Lancaster, Archie Spicer. And in lane number 6, from Crosby, Dylan Madican. All the swimmers are up. Straight away out in front is lane number 3, Samuel Sutcliffe, being flanked on either side by Alfie Owen of Wigan Best and Ethan McGuinness from Ramsbottom. Samuel out well in front as he's already under the flags and will touch first, but it's anyone's race for second place. Who's going to touch? It is Ethan McGuinness in second place, and in third place is Alfie Owen of Wigan Best.
Okay, so we move on now to event 564, your men's 14 years 50 metre freestyle final. Introducing your finalists in lane number 1 from Oldham Aquatics, Oliver Parry. In lane number 2 from Blackpool Aquatics, Jonathan Waters. In lane number 3 from the City of Salford, Ollie Bottomley. In lane number 4 from Bolton Metro, Joshua Keogh. In lane number 5 from Crosby, Ethan Kelly. And in lane number 6 from Everton, Isaac Chow. So expecting a very close final with this one. All of the swimmers coming in and around about 27. Now, other than Ollie Bottomley in the heats, who went 26.54. So we will see. It is Ollie who's out in front at the moment in lane number 3. Lane number 1 working hard in Oliver Parry as well, though. It is lane 3, he's still out in front, but Oliver Parry giving everything he's got in lane number 1. As he comes to the touch, it is going to be Ollie Bottomley in 26.07. Second is Oliver Parry in 26.42, and Jonathan Waters comes third in 26.95.
Moving on now to event 565, which is the men 15 years 50-metre freestyle final. Introducing your finalist in lane 1 from Southport is Nikolai Pitera. In lane 2 from Preston is Harvey Kinnear. Lane 3 from Wigan Best is Daniel Haynes. And in lane 4 from Liverpool Penguins is Luke Kernan. Lane 5 from Ramsbottom is Finley Pope. And in lane 6 from Camforth is Felix Breakwell.
Underway in the 15-year-old final. Not much between any of those swimmers in the first 25 metres. I could say very, very marginally it's lanes 3, 4. Slightly out in front of the rest of the group, but an arm's length of that. They're in a straight line as they come through. Lane number 3, it is Daniel Haynes of Wigan Best, winning in 26:46. Second place is Luke Kernan. And in third place goes to Finley Pope. And we move on to the 16 years final. And we get underway now in the 16 years final. Introducing your finalist in lane number 1 from the City of Manchester, Owen Whiteley. In lane number 2, also from the City of Manchester, Jake Christen. In lane number 3, from Aquabers, Joel Birtles. In lane number 4, from Preston, Johnny Gibbs. In lane number 5, from Wigan Best, Daniel Jones. In lane number 6, from the City of Liverpool, Peter Thompson. And they're underway. All swimmers are up. All in a straight line going through the first 25. Potentially lane 1 coming through there. Lanes 4 and 5 also. We get to the flags. It is lane number 4, slightly in front, mate. But the rest of the swimmers all on the line. First place, lane 4, Johnny Gibbs. Second place, Owen Whiteley. And in third place, Joel Birtles.
And moving on to the last event of the day, event 567, which is the men's 17 years and over 50-metre freestyle final. And introducing your finalists tonight is, in lane number 1 from Oldham Aquatics is Francis Dyson. In lane number 2 from Preston, Adam Tabernacle. In lane 3 from Leyland Barracudas is Tom Arkwright. Lane 4 from Preston is Nathan Holmes. And in lane number 5 from Southport is Fraser Cook.
So, as we said, off we go for the final time today. And I guess the early lead looks like it is Nathan Holmes, the red cap, but also right next to him is Tom Arkwright from the Leyland Barracudas as well. I'd say it is them two in the golden lanes. And it is them two out in front. It looks like Nathan has just got a little slight advantage, which is going to come down to the touch. It is Nathan Holmes. He touches in 24.38. Second goes to Tom Artwright in 24.51. And third place is Fraser Cook, who touches in 24.91. So there we go. That concludes all of the racing action for today. Once again, thank you very much for joining us live on YouTube. And we hope to see you again tomorrow for the final day of the Lancashire County Championships 2022. Right, we've got some results to read out to you. So for the women's 100 metre backstroke, in the 12 years age group, in third place from Leyland Barracudas was Megan Ellis. In second